This is why your ads do not convert, especially on cold traffic. It is not because they are not aggressive enough. It is not because they are not video. You can create images and still convert. It is not because of the fancy design. Okay? It is none of these things. And in fact, it can even be a an ugly ad like this that can still work. An ad that's made with AI, literally. This is from GPT image, uh, some kind of tool that they used to make this. It is not a good image. Like visually, it sucks, but it does convert. So why is this? Well, because these ads speak to the core problem that people have. Okay, they are not selling the product. They say that it feels different to lose weight in your 50s than it is when you're young. And this spikes curiosity. This speaks to the problem because people are overweight, maybe like that, maybe even more, and it gets their attention. They start to care, okay? And because it's based on curiosity, they will go through the transformation process that every ad should do in order to sell, because unless you change their thinking, unless you help the user go through the process of educating themselves, you cannot sell. Okay, so ads like this here, this is what a lot of people do, and visually they look good. Okay, this looks way better. This looks like a brand. This looks like a good design. They probably spent a good amount of money to take photos and edit this stuff, but this does not work as well when it comes to cold traffic. Okay, if you are running a campaign where you retarget somebody, that's fine. This can work. But if you are sending people who have never seen this stuff before and you send them to a product page, this is not gonna convert because this does not educate the viewer. It doesn't get their attention in the first place because it doesn't speak to their core desire, the problem that they have, and it does not educate them, and therefore there's no transformation. This ad does not do the job. Okay, and this is where customer avatars are so important and why you should do the research before you test any ads. I don't care where you launch them. It is always important to understand where the person is initially and where you need to take them when they're gonna purchase. Okay, so this journey here, it's really, really important. Unless your ad does this, you're not gonna get sales. And the job of an ad is to take majority of the market, such as in this case, I'm talking about a nerve system kind of disorder, a problem that disbalances somebody. 80% of the market, they are people who are struggling. They have their life basically break down, but they don't know what is happening. Okay, that's the majority of the market in anything you sell. If it's a supplement, they might have digestive issues. They might be overweight. They might feel like shit. They probably have symptoms, but they do not know what's happening, because if they know everything, they can probably go and fix it either by themselves through changing their diet, through buying some pill themselves, obviously through a doctor, but they know what to do. If they know what to do, you can't help them. Okay, the market for any product is usually people who still need some kind of diagnosis. They need some kind of education. Okay, so that's why salespeople exist. That's why you walk in the store and you don't just grab the shoe or grab the jacket or sit in the car and it's for you. Like it's there for you in that moment. You can just drive off in it. No, you have to ask questions, see if it's efficient enough, big enough, fast enough. I don't care what the criteria is. You find out information and then you make a decision. So when we do stuff online, we are like salespeople but online. Okay, so this journey has to happen over the web page, over an ad. It can be over a YouTube video, You're watching this video because you cannot create an ad, or you cannot figure out how to make money with your store, with your maybe you do services, maybe you do affiliate, maybe you do partnerships. I don't really, this doesn't really matter as long as you are running some kind of ad and you have a problem because you don't know how to get cold traffic to buy from your product page. Okay, so that means you're probably struggling to take a cold audience. Okay, in this case, it's somebody with, struggling to get normal life done, and taking this person to a point where they know what to do next. Okay, so educating them. And that's why YouTube is so good, because you have 10 minutes or 20 minutes to educate people on what they need to do, and then that's why all these YouTubers, they do so well, because they persuade you to take the action, join their course, community. This is why it's so effective. Okay, they do a very good job on educating the user, the audience. But when you run on Facebook or native, it does not change. You still need to do this stuff. And the first step is obviously finding all of the information that you can using whatever sources. You can ask AI, you can go on Google and read a bunch of stuff, watch YouTube. All of those are great. Find what your market is, what their pain points are, what they know, what they are aware of, and see how somebody could learn about the problem, and then where exactly they would buy the thing. So literally just weight loss. Let's go on YouTube and search for weight loss. Okay, let's search for weight loss over 50. And let's search female, because that's a big market. Now, by watching videos like this, you can see a woman, she's clearly probably over 50, and she's talking about this stuff. Then you can do more. You can go in the comments and you can read everything people say.
Hello, welcome to today's YouTube video and community conversation. Today we are going to be talking about the perfect fasting protocol for you and a perfect fasting protocol for you if you want to lose weight. I get a lot.
Okay, so she starts off by talking about some kind of fasting protocol, which I guess is a thing when you're trying to lose weight and you're over 50. So let's look that up. Okay. So basically it's a schedule to eat at certain time, certain things, as far as I understand. Now you would want to read all this stuff and see what it is all about and see how you can make an ad out of it. Because if somebody who can buy your product is somebody who is searching for the best schedule to eat, your ad could say something like, here's the best schedule for losing 5 pounds every week. You only have to do a moderate diet, and it only takes this many hours. Or like, you get the point. You can optimize around these segments of the audience, right? You find somebody who is interested in this particular thing, in this case schedule for eating, and you can go even deeper. You can go and search for specific like specific types of eating schedule, and then you can make ads around that. And what happens is you go from targeting everybody in your market from 80%, you find a segment of the market, let's say it's 20%. You find 20% of the people who know that they need to eat before 8 o'clock and they need to eat 3 times. Okay, so 20%. And this audience here is gonna pay very good attention to your ad, okay? And you're gonna get cheap clicks and cheap CPMs, and you will most likely convert them because you're talking about the very thing they want to know about, right? So this is how you find angles and submarkets and basically outcompete everybody. You do research. That is the key. The person who knows their customer best and has the most data on the people they should be targeting, they will always win. Okay, because they'll find these pockets of audiences on any platform, and you cannot compete with that. Your generic ad like this, or even this cannot compete. If you hyper target somebody, it is very, very effective. So just do your research and then make ads for these submarkets like this guy here, and then you can find a bunch. Okay, if you do research, you read through the stuff that people read, you will get in their mind, you will know what they're thinking about it. And so that's when you start to make banger ads, and you don't have to go super aggressive. You don't have to make clickbait ads that get you shut down. You just have to know who the market is and laser target those people.